Around this table, how am I gonna work after that? Councillor Underwood, yes.
Yes, there's a certain attitude which is he who yells loudest and most often must be right, and that's democracy. It doesn't work that way. All right, we're here, we're representatives of the people who are elected. We have a municipal act that we work on when it comes to meetings and how we conduct our meetings. And there's a reason why we conduct our meetings, why there's a difference between a public meeting and an open meeting. You want to have all meetings to suddenly become public meetings. I think that's crazy. We're never going to get the business of the day done, and it's going to turn into a yelling match, and that is not democracy. That is anarchy. And our job is to be democratic, all right? And we're here to ensure that what we do follows the municipal act when it comes to respect to how we conduct our meetings.
Deputy Mayor Day.
Yes, I just want to make a note that I agree with the mayor. That is where you're going to yes. That people have an opportunity to ask us questions and get the positions out. But I did want to say one thing that with regards to
this is Valentine's Day.
April Fools. I just wanted to make a note. I think with regards to John's comment, it's an interesting thought, but I think ultimately staff is going to have to give us direction on what they would like, because it's nice for us, we can make the decisions tonight or we can make it next week, but for them, whether they can continue to get their work done or not, they're going to have to give us direction. So I think, I'm sure you would have gone staff input on that, Carol, but that's my thought.
Okay. That was all for that. The agenda. One thing that we maybe need to mention, this Wainfleet, Ontario is having a wind symposium. As any member said, I would bring it up. I've got a number of emails talking about going to this. I'm not able to go. And I said I would bring it up at council, and if any council's got time or willing to go, I think they could like to get you in. The other thing I would ask that if we don't go, we would send a letter requesting the transcript of the meeting and have that brought back and circulated to council, whether that's possible.
125, 125 probably.
Well, I don't know what they'd want for that. Councillor Russell?
Yeah.
You'd send
personally, I can't go, but
we would ask for the information from the meeting.
Just on a point of, not personal, but I think we have to be very careful with these things. I really do. You know, I think this council, if this council wants to talk strategy about going to AMO and asking AMO to lobby to, because there are different situations, different issues here. If we want to talk to AMO about lobbying about the Green Energy Act, I'm all for it. But I think for us to go individually to things like this, we need to be, I think, on side as a council when it comes to issues in the best interest of the municipality. And I think this was, when I read the agenda, I looked at it and thought,
Anyway, I said I would bring it up.
Yeah.
I don't see that anybody's saying they're going to that meeting, but I would like to ask,
do you need a motion for that?
motion that we ask for their report. Councillor Cook, second by Councillor McGuire. All in favor of that? It's carried. You'll be carried a conflict on that.
Yeah.
You can give me a
nice try, eh?
yeah.
Okay. Opportunity for the public to, we don't have any council reports because it's too late. Opportunity for the public to seek clarifications on items on the agenda for clarification. Mr. Sharon.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, when you were talking about reports, when I presented to you a couple of meetings ago, I left a copy of what he said. It was not included in the minutes. It was a very abbreviated comment of what, or copy of what he said. It was important that it be there in its entirety because somebody had circulated an email which I contradicted some of that. Okay, that's the one thing. The other thing which was more important is the fact that it did, I'll say it sanitized the minutes a little bit because of the fact that the accusation that Mr. Edlington levied against you, not once but twice, which I think was inappropriate to use that terminology, was not in the minutes. And it really should have been, because that was a slur upon every member of council. And I don't always agree with everybody, think that there should be a decorum in presentations. That's not the situation. I think you have to be very careful. You asked for a copy of what we're going to say. I provided it. It wasn't in the minute. The other person spoke and made derogatory comments. And that should have been recorded so that you have it in the official record of the council, because that was one of the things that led finally to Mr. Bonnestow, I think it was, that yes, you made the application for the complaint for an integrity commission to review that. The reason I asked you earlier if I could speak for clarification, I didn't want to carry that message from the fire marshal to you. But you were going, council was asking a lot of good questions. But they were going around one that was very important. The fire chief, going back to the time of the derailment in Mississauga, the Solicitor General attended the command center. Roy worked at that particular time, spoke to the chief that he had appointed the chief of chiefs for that event, and supported him on anything that he needed in supplies. The Solicitor General would not instruct him what to do because it was not his role, but he also reaffirmed that the chief, fire chief, is in charge of police, any evacuation of homes, any medical evacuation, and anything else that was required because of the fire. The chief was the sole person responsible. Now, here, if you're not going to appoint a chief, you've got to somehow get a hierarchy of how which chief is going to be in charge of any emergency of a major nature. Because sooner or later, it will happen. Now, he basically confirmed what I said, but I wish he had said it to you instead of me, because I'm trying to say it all in his words. So.
Can I clarify that? Since I lived through the '79 derailment, you're correct, but there's the ultimate authority.
No.
Yes.
No, he's not.
When Hazel was there, the chief reported directly to Hazel. She took charge. I lived through it, Bob. I was there. I was part of the evacuees. So
under the emergency.
That made her an icon in Mississauga.
Under the, if it was an emergency and there's a declared emergency, the head of council.
Absolutely.
Actually, the fire chief is totally in charge, because you and I don't know, what's required for the safe operation of that situation. We ultimately are responsible.
Okay, so we're gonna deal with that. It's going to the fire board, we're gonna deal with it.
I
Okay?
won't argue with that.
Anything else for clarification?
There's one other issue. Listen, I'll
Any-
ask you next week.
Anyone else with a point of clarification? Mr. Speak?
Throughout numerous council meetings, I realized that your official minutes of the meeting are the ones that are written down.
Yep.
And is that through bylaw or through the municipal act? The reason why I ask is because when you're talking about you're calling the votes and so on and so forth, in the recent ombudsman's report, they let you know that the recording that you've started to do had severely helped them in their investigation. I'm wondering if you can conjoin your version, if you don't want to use my video version, if you want to use your audio version, and on your web page where it says minutes or the agenda minutes, have another tally that has the recording, and then when you're doing your recorded votes, instead of just standing up, do it individually. Councillor Bonnestow, yay or nay? Yay. Councillor Cook, yay or nay? Nay. That way, you guys have it on record both, and it's your own property. You don't have to worry about me.
Okay.
If I might, that was the other point. Roberta raised a very good question. If you do a voice vote, she's got a much better chance with a tally sheet of keeping track of it, because she's quite correct. To try and get everybody that's standing, how can you do it?
Okay.
And you're writing down at the same time.
It also saves in the minutes, it would also be able to condense the clerk's work, because